I've made my claim already that A Dangerous Life is going to be the best project to come out this year. Even though there are other highly anticipated albums like Drake's Iceman, Kanye West's Bully, Bruno Mars is even dropping his first solo album since 2016. I don't think any of them are gonna hit a 10 out of 10 like ADL, but there is one project that could potentially rival Yeat's project. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about Ken Carson's upcoming album, The Experiment, starting off with the lore of the project, followed by snippets of songs that could potentially be on the album, and finally my thoughts on what this album is gonna mean for Ken Carson's career. On Ken's birthday last year, he dropped an album to his sequel, A Great Chaos with More Chaos. When A Great Chaos, or AGC, was released, Ken Carson wasn't underground anymore. He officially hit mainstream and made a perfect project. To me, I still haven't had an experience listening to music like how I did with this project, and a lot of others enjoyed it as well. Which meant Ken had a lot of pressure to make something like this again. He ended up making More Chaos to continue his Chaos era and make something just as good, if not better. The 21 song album did just that. He gave us another great project, which to me had no misses but still wasn't as good as AGC. It was Ken's first album that hit #1 on Billboard Top 100, and he did it mostly with no features, except for his outro song Off the Meter with Destroy Lonely and Playboy Cardi, which is also the first released song that we would hear all three of these Opium members on a song. But even with its success, it was receiving heavy backlash from his haters and even his own fans. It was crazy seeing everyone switch up on Ken all because the album was repetitive. Everyone deserves their own opinion, but some are just retarded as shit. More Chaos was a sequel to A Great Chaos, which means the songs were supposed to give more of the Chaos vibe. That's what he did. It's supposed to be repetitive in a way, because he mastered his sound and was giving us more songs with it. It's funny too, because the first half matched that Chaos vibe, but the second was more melodic, and we only heard some of that in A Great Chaos. But all this backlash would kind of force him to step away from his Chaos era and switch up his style to make something different. 2 months after More Chaos dropped, he would tweet out a tweet that said The Experiment, which would confirm an album consisting of this title. We didn't get any clear answers of what this album is going to consist of, but off the title, he's going to make something that we really haven't heard from Ken. He's going to try out new sounds and try to evolve his music. Then a month after the tweet, during an interview at Beach Please Media, he would say this.
And what do you see for your future? How do you want to take it forward?
I think I want to go like more melodic. I'm going to get like more overseas type songs.
Okay, I would love that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, you feel like you got what you needed to get off your chest, say what you need to say, and now you want to like play the game?
Yeah, now I want to make some shit for the girls.
Yes!
Yeah.
For the baddies!
Yeah.
This confirmed that he's changing his rage music to be more melodic. Ken showed his ability to be versatile in tracks like Overseas and even Kryptonite. So if he keeps his word and drops songs like those, this album is really going to show Ken's talent. While working on this project, Ken decided not to leave us hanging and started to give us new music that we could listen to in the meantime. He would announce on his Twitter every Friday, Lil Bro, LF5. LF5 stands for Lost Files 5. And if you don't know, Lost Files are 4 projects that aren't officially released, but consist of throwaway songs from different eras of Ken Carson, which meant we would be hearing grails that we've only heard snippets of and have been waiting for Ken to drop. For the next couple of weeks, he would release 4 songs that the community was hyped for, Catastrophe being my personal favorite. Ken was starting to gain some traction again. But since he dropped Acronym in December of last year, we haven't gotten no new music since. Ken does have an alt Instagram account for his album Experiment and has been pretty active, showing off different art, fashion pieces, and even snippets for the project. And right now, it's sounding pretty impressive. I forgot to say that he also announced his UK What the Fuck tour, which I can't even go to, so it's like whatever. But he did say that after this tour, he would be releasing The Experiment, and then he would go on the US tour. So, I mean, that's a W. By the way, if you're not subscribed, just subscribe, bro. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I need y'all help, bro. We're gonna go crazy. I'm gonna play you guys all the snippets that I've heard so far so you can understand the potential of this album.
If you reach for the chain, put them on telephone. They hit a lot of I let the beats drop, most drop the whole motto. Put on the gas, do the flush, going for a throttle. That was me that did. Somebody who I got myself, I kill them many friends. This bitch, I wanna walk while you never win. Flamethrower, let's ride ball. Throw you in the zone. 4-8, let's drop it, look like car. You know, change watch, the trap of action. Couldn't bring it right in front of my pocket. You never seen it much money. You know what to do with it neither. We got the sex when it from. I'm 5 years in your speaker. My human just like you. Sometimes feel like we're a creature. I got X and codeine coming out my veins. If ain't no bloodshed, then you ain't hit a stain. Don't claim. Bobby yelled up low 5 homicide game. I got shawty up. Sitting next to me. She's my destiny. Yeah. I started everybody on Pablo, it's walking, you tryna run, but I make it fuck. time. Go on the hood, just switch on my car. I got a freak on me right now. Ain't hear nothing, can't speak, ain't see I'm blind. Ain't trip on how shit down. Keep going. You gotta keep going. I'm in the woods right now, I bet I come out with a Draco. You should street you think, and I'm very skinny. Just like EDO, double low rain. My whole game trail, my whole life trail. I got a table start, but I feel like Tony Stark. Catch me like Peter Parker, and I bet I leave on Mars. Just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. Hold on, I just heard my uncle. These niggas be lying about what they did. The king of the drum. I put that 60-year bump on her. Her ass shot. Last thing I remember hitting her from the back.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? For that pistol, I walk around with big stick. Catch him with his hoe. Got low to the picnic.
You to the elevator. I went up the stairs. Gotta get me my rights. I'm not scared to fail.
All I think, this shit went on night.
If you see it on me, you wanna see it again.
She riding my blood, but she not the one on my smoking with. I'm sitting when I'm sitting white, cool, interior red, yellow peppermint. Every morning, breakfast in bed, got you on my chin.
She played that melodic quicker than I did. And I had no 9 to 5. I was unemployed. Not next door, bro. Let me in. I ain't with the same since they was. They got no new friends. I've been counting up for a check while you saw. Stick on me right now, I got the heat on me right now, I got a freak on me right now. Ain't hear nothing, can't speak, ain't see I'm blind. And that shit like cool, bro. We was just skipping school, just like Ferris Bueller. Out on Mars and Patties on the Frank Mueller. She said she all that, I'm at the lines. Can't get a pineapple fella, just a party lines. Still make it scatter like roaches. Roll up a out, smoke this. Let me the Glock, tote this. Damn, you won't believe this shit. I popped out with another bitch. You can't even tell which one I'm fucking with. I'm a star with the stars, I ride in a Rolls Royce truck, the Covenant.
Ken is one of those rare artists that master the type of music he wants to produce, giving us incredible songs for the past few years. I loved his Chaos era, and it sucks that he's forced to walk away from it now. But the fact he plans on evolving his sound and experimenting, this album is gonna speak volumes. As of now, the Experiment doesn't have an official release date from Ken Carson or his team, but there's heavy fan speculation that the album is gonna drop around July 23rd, the 5-year anniversary of Project X, which would be pretty cool, but this is just a theory though. Ken has the ability to gain respect back from the people with this project. He shouldn't have to prove anything to anyone, but unfortunately this album has a lot of pressure to be one of his best. Now that we know Ken can make some next level shit, we expect a lot from him. And now, sometime this year, he's gonna give us some of the craziest music that we've ever listened to.